Okay, you're welcome back again once more to the last lecture in designing PCBs with Altium Designer. So in this lecture, we're going to learn how to set your project up for generating manufacturing files. So the idea is after you have done your schematics and you have exported it to the PCB and you have done the shape design and the part positioning and the routing, then and you have done your DRC design rule check to make sure that everything is fine, you are not having any issues with unrouted nets. If you have count, if the count is one or two, it means there's a problem, you need to go and fix it. If you click on it, it will show you where the problem is. For example, it's showing us that we have minimum solder sliver issues around here. So if I click on it, see it says it. It tells us that this is too close, but it's not an issue. It won't do anything. The most important things are this. You don't want a net antenna, like you were trying to route and you stopped midway. It's going to emit electromagnetic waves. So you don't want that. Or it's going to create electromagnetic interference. We don't want this. We want to also make sure that we are not doing any short circuit. We are not violating clearance constraints, and then unrouted net is also fine. Basically, that's what we want to do. So that's also fine. The next thing is we want to set up our layer width and other properties properly. Now, if you realize, you can see the thickness of this. Okay, yeah. Usually, when you send your parts out for manufacturing, they have their own thicknesses or standard thicknesses that they manufacture to. So you can pray ahead of time, contact the manufacturer, or when you send the parts out, they will tell you that readjust your layer thicknesses. So I'm going to show you how to do it. What does that mean? You see, if you are designing a PCB for, let's say, a power supply, it's going to be thick because it's going to carry a lot of power.
Yes.
Okay, but if you are just a microcontroller board, it doesn't have to be thick because it's just only carrying signals. So you need to set up the thicknesses. So to do that, we go to design layer stack manager. Now I'm using Altium Designer 19.0.10. Right, yours is 18.1.9, so mine is ahead of yours. So there's just a little difference. Right, but basically it's not any big issue. I've explained what the top overlay is. That is what the printed test is on. The top solder is contains solder resist. It's a material which is poured over the PCB so that it doesn't expose the copper layers. The copper layers are the traces. These are called traces. Trace. Okay? They are traces. And these are called vias. And these are called pads. The paths or the pins, the paths. Right. So top layer is where the copper traces are. Dielectric is just like an insulation between the top layer and the bottom layer. Or anytime there is one signal layer and another signal layer, there is always an insulation. Alright, and the bottom layer is another copper layer. Alright, and then the bottom solder, which is also solder resist, and then bottom value, which is text. Right, so all that we have to do is just specify the sizes here. So we want the dielectric to be, let's say, 0.6. Alright, we want this to be 0. Now 0.03. You see, it's as I do in the newer version. If you do that, it reflects in the other one. If I do say 0.1, see it changes over here.
Yes.
All right, now let's look at the PCB and see if anything changes. Okay, and let me save and then compile again. Let's see if it changes something here. Did it change it? Yeah, can you see it has become bigger?
Yes.
Can you see it has become bigger?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me try again and see. Just be sure that I'm doing the right thing. PCB design layer stack manager. Okay, Yeah, let me send this to 0.8 or 1. No, 1. This is 0.2. Right. Now save. Right. Compare it again. See, it keeps on changing. See, it's becoming bigger, increasingly bigger. Okay, so that's how we change the layers. Okay, all right. Now to rotate it, I've not been showing you how to rotate it. To zoom in, you press on the middle mouse button. That's zooming, and then you move. It's zoom. To pan, press on the right mouse button. Okay. To rotate it, to press on shift. Okay, and then you press on the right mouse button. Right mouse button. Okay. Okay. So shift, right mouse button, rotate it. Middle mouse button, zoom. Right mouse button alone is pan. Alright, good. Now the amazing thing with this is you can even do this. Okay, you can, but don't do it, because if you do that, it will lose contact. See that it has moved from here. It was supposed to be. You get that?
Yes.
So don't do it. What I usually do when I'm is just to move text. I usually use this to place the text properly at a place I like. Okay. I usually just for the text, but not for the components. Unless I have not yet routed. Then I do that, but usually. Alright. So with that done, let's move on. Okay. Alright, that's cool. So the last thing to do is to now say save everything. Okay, now go to new, add new to project, output job file. So we've done schematic PCB, schematic library, PCB library. We are now going to output job file. Okay, good. So I have created a new job file here, and this is what we are going to generate our files uh, for manufacturing. And the files we usually use are called Gerber files. Gerber files. Okay, all right. Now these are called containers. You can generate a PDF. You can generate some files. You can generate some other files, but basically we usually use just these two. Right. So fabrication. I'll add Gerber files. Okay, and my friend, I'll select the PCB. You should generate Gerber files for this. Okay, report outputs. I want a bill of material. You know what a bill of material is? I'll show you. So bill of material based on the schematic document. Export. Maybe I want a step file. You see what I mean. Export step or PDF. Export to step, or let me just pick PDF, and then netlist. Just pick. Wait. I'll take that. No simulator documentation. Yeah. Assembly outputs. Assembly drawings. No. Yeah, basically fabrication. Drill drawings. Yes, we need drill drawings. Once again. NC drill files. Yes. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need that. final. Okay, good. So this is what we need. But before that, let me just save it. All right, let me just save it. Let me show you something. You can add dimensions to this. All right, you can add dimensions to this. So you can go to mechanical one and say, so you see I've selected the mechanical layer. I can rename it to dimensions. Okay, that's where I'm going to place all my dimensions. So I can say place dimension linear. All right. Okay, you have to add dimensions to it. Okay, you can add dimensions. So you can place something for drill table. Please, drill table. Okay. Before that, let me configure a few things. Set millimeters, everything. Drill drawing symbols. Okay, that's it. You place this there. It's all for manufacturing. Okay, you don't have to. You can read about it. So with that done, dimensional drill drawings. Let me see what I can. And layer, place, stack. Yeah. And show bottom. I'm going to also add this to it. It's called. So I added the layer stack table. It shows the manufacturer the layers. Layer 1 is top overlay and the sizes and the thicknesses and everything. The information we entered previously. And this shows the manufacturer the sizes of the holes. Okay, good. So now let's go on again to the output job file. Okay, now remember I said that I want Gerber files, drill drawing, NC drill drawings. Okay, and report stack. I don't think we need this. And then we need the net list. The net list is used by the manufacturer after he has finished printing the board. He tests that it's working fine. So he has proofs. Insert the probe here, insert the probe here. If it's a continuity, it means that it's working fine. He uses the card net list to do that. Okay. Now, documentation, PDF 3D. It will print a 3D of the project. You can also print the schematic. Okay, so let me add the schematic as well. Right now, so when I click on this container, all that I have to do is those ones which I want to go into PDF. I want a PDF for the 3D. I want a schematic. I want drill drawings, and I want bill of materials as PDF. And then the files, the Gerber files. I want CAD, the net list. I want Gerber. I want NC draw files, but I don't want this, and I don't want that. Good. So basically, I'm done. What is left is to configure these Gerber files. Push it to millimeters. Leave it there. 4:4. Layers. Which layers did we use? We used the layers. Top, paste, this, that. Keep out. That's the layers we used. Okay. Yes. Drill drawing. Plot all use drill drawing. Configure drill drawings. It's okay. And then plot all use drill pairs. Apertures. Leave it like that. Advanced. Alright. Make sure that basically there's nothing really much to do here. So that's it. We are done. And then we go to NC draw files. We make sure that it's set to millimeters, and here is also 4:4. Okay. And then so that is it. Just a few. You can have more information about these things from the videos I gave you. Alright. Alright, so basically that's all. So I'm done. All I have to do is now generate content. So I'll come here, generate content. Okay, so can you see it? This is PDF. This is a three-dimensional PDF. This is Adobe Acrobat. Okay, Adobe is a PDF. So you can sometimes send this out to people. Maybe if you are working for somebody, you can send it out for a presentation or something like that. Okay, very, very nice, very neat. Okay, good. And then it also generates other things. Let's see where it did it. Project outputs. Okay, yo. Okay, yeah. All right. And then this, let's generate content. Okay. So, see, generated. If I can be generated, come static documents. These are called the Gerber files. Layer by layer, this is what is going to print. Okay, this is probably the top layer.
The top layer is red.
The down. So this is bottom layer. Okay, bottom overlay. This is the bottom overlay. Okay, bottom paste. Top layer. This is the top layer. Okay, so these are the files we are sending. So we want to know where they are. Okay, so these are the files, project outputs. Okay, so we just, all that we have to do is just do this. Do this. Add to document. Okay, rename it, upload it online, and that's all. In maybe about 7 days, you have your files back. You have your circuits back. Okay, so you send them the drawings, the Gerber files, and this, and then you bundle them together as a raw file, and you compress, and then you send it to them. There are so many PCB manufacturers, so many. China PCB manufacturer. Okay, I don't have my internet on. I'll show you lots of them. So many. You just have to pay for shipment, pay for the price. You have a credit card, and that's it. Nothing spectacular about that. Any questions? All right.